Twitch be like. Yeah, like I mentioned, this has just been happening to a bunch of people. I know Lazy's been having the same problem recently. Where connection just unstable for no reason. Did my first all elite, all hardest curses on the featured with my gun build yesterday. How'd that treat you, Pragmatic? Afterburner. I really want that to get some love. Really would like that to get some love. It's, like the damage dealing wards in general, you know? You know there's a ward that throws hammers? God damn it. Yes, hammer and anvil. I need to get one. I guess this one isn't active. Okay. Yeah, movement is my main survivability here. Outdam Dot or Nasty Spell? Ugh. Outdam Dot murders my entire damage output here, so we're gonna take Nasty Spell. I think I'm gonna stop eluding now as well. I want my enchant situation to be a little bit better before I tackle all elites. All curses on this, you know? Just be a little more prepared. Something I kind of know your racks that would be entertaining. It's something I've had an interest in for a while. Very early on, Stone Swan and I tried to get some afterburner amnesia stuff going. Could get it to fire, but like the damage just wasn't there. If you're curious about the tech, it was Afterburner, Amnesia, Harbinger, and Dire Sacrifice. Could get the Novas consistently, just there's no damage there. Until they make the Ass Shield Break effect into an amulet. Wouldn't surprise me. Would not. I'm trying to think what wards would be, like, the most ridiculous with that, and the conclusion I'm arriving at is Lich's Augur would be, like, scary. Guess we'll do Bark. Really? Alright. Anarchy Scalawag. I guess I need to use the Tootherator for this. Bullets just went around the target. Okay, really? I guess I need a more accurate gun for this. Because it's not entirely my fault there. It's only like 1% my fault. You saw me aim at it. Won't you start, Beaver? Probably wouldn't value me on a meme, but I like to see Counterfeint. Counterfeint's actually got a pretty good taunt. Like, pretty good. Let me run to the bathroom real quick, chat. BRB. Coffee just hit me, and we got a second. Okay. Counterfeiting some testing might be some weirdness with it. Good as in, like, you might just be able to get a ridiculous amount of counterfeit clones active at once. Kind of thing. Did I get haste buffed a bunch? Yeah, I did. Okay. It's like, why am I swinging so fast? Sounds like fun till it murders your PC. Yeah. Can definitely feel Nullify working here, because the way we deliver our damage in this build is over a lot of instances, so it just stacks up immediately. But we've got a surplus of damage anyway, so it's fine. Ugh, I'm sorry to hear that, Grumpy. People just don't understand the concept of, yeah, you're bored with it, but, like, that doesn't mean that's what makes it go away. You can't just decide to be done. I hope you and yours managed to stay safe despite that boneheaded decision. So we made so that infected people can't stay at home sick would have to go. So it's just that fucking talking point, that garbage weaponized talk point of people don't want to work. Yeah, that's not fucking true. People don't want to die. There's a difference. Ugh. Frustrating. If you're sick and go places, you're an asshole. Corona, flu, cold, any sickness. 99% of cases, yeah, I'd say, yeah. But getting people to give a shit about the consequences of their actions seems to be an uphill battle. Kid with sniffles at the hometown buffet. Too real. One of mine has not left his house once since COVID. He's genuinely petrified. I really don't blame him. It makes me really sad. Well, some people have to be more careful. Like, if you are an immunocompromised person, hi, I'm one of those. And I know a lot of you here know that very well for your own situations. Like, you just play by different rules. You live by different rules. So, like, one person being a thoughtless piece of shit could literally end your life and that of everyone you love. And the solution to that is no, immunocompromised people shouldn't have to barricade themselves in their homes indefinitely because people can't take a fucking second to give a shit about their fellow humans. I could rant about this for a while. And to be perfectly clear, no matter how many people tweet out, "Oh, I remember when we treated the flu with chicken soup." Yeah, no matter how many of that dumb fucking COVID-denying bullshit people spew, there are people in this world who have to take it seriously. I'm sick and tired of society failing those people. People who should be quarantined at home? Yes. And people with any infectious virus or disease should not be going and spreading it to other people. Any. Feels also unjust. It really does. That is the exact word I would use, Grumpy. Lost job because some thoughtless shitbag brought it into my home. It's conflict cathartic. I'm sorry that happened to you, Flip. Truly. It's not fair. Checking container locations, because, don't remember this one. This one's here. Okay. Is there one spawns over here, right? Somewhere? Probably not here. Top of the stairs not there? Okay, thank you. We're gonna skip that. I don't want to do Maker. Lost 3 family members. Family members still say it's a hoax. That's... I'm sorry, loading screen. I don't have words for that. That's... Several layers of fucked up would be the start of that description. Also lightly immunocompromised, not as bad as most, but I'm lucky I haven't gotten it. Throughout all, I've always kept my distance since I already did that before. I know some people still stand so close breathing, and that infuriates me. People just don't think about the consequences their actions have for other people. And there's a bare minimum of stuff you can do that is not enough to be considered inconvenience that could literally save someone else's life. It could save someone's life. And you just... that concept's so foreign. How's the new build? It's going well, Rohit. It's going well. We got a crazy laser hand earlier. Gonna use that on different builds, but we got like a god roll laser hand. Otherwise we're just testing out this build against the featured. Going for somewhat high crystals run. Someone who's not terrified of COVID because a relatively healthy person, not telling anyone who's immunocompromised, just knowing that they can't be part of society, try to avoid close contact and are not in public just in case. Thank you for having consideration for your fellow human beings, Roddy. And I'd also point out that there's people who have been relatively or perfectly healthy who have gotten it, and, you know, stroke of real bad luck, it either fucked them up or worse. There's also long COVID, which is not yet understood. Which means, if you're not familiar, permanent health consequences. Just better to be safe. Be considerate of other people. Oh, I guess I was exactly in the wrong place. Good job, me. I screwed that one. Uncle that got it early and getting vertigo is easily fatigued. Yeah. Reminds me in general that people don't actually care about people, they just act like it. Reached a huge milestone in my 6th character climb through the Chaos Chamber this weekend. Spore Warden is again climbing, which means all my characters are climbing. Also soloed a raid boss for the first time ever. Let's go, Foster. Congrats. The streamer is my choice to do it. Yeah, Rohit, that's the mentality. Lucky to work in a field, they would force you to stay home and not come if you're sick. Well, I'm glad they are doing that. Like super jazzed? Hey, I'm happy for you, Foster. It's a good milestone. Ooh, this is gonna take a bit. Yeah, after leading this many rooms, Bunny gets tanky and blocks hitboxes of the zombies. That was wildly toxic. Sorry for the flashbang. That was actually bad. Working a lot today, doing an amnesia farm, walk over to PlayStation every 20 minutes, see what's in the vending machine. Hey, that's effective. Tanky plus Nullify. Yeah, Nullify as well on dot build. So we gotta play carefully on this one. So we know this build can handle Bark easily because strong melee formula plus Spellblade. Thinking maybe want to get some better gear before we start doing all elites. Or mostly elites. Bunny. Really, Bunny? You're just gonna... decided, hey, I'm gonna spawn on him this time. It'll be funny. This is good. I actually like being told no like this by the game. Want to be like, prank. I'm still gonna go in right away. But like, this is a good wake-up call for the build. This is an area I need to address. So like I said a few days ago, I have to have bosses actually participate in the fight. Yeah, exactly, Flip. The boss kicked my ass. I didn't go in prepared. And I welcome that. Because a raid boss should be able to do that, right? Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Thank you, Indomitable. I need to kill these for the health. A lot of ad management with this build. Awkward. Position myself like that. We'll make it. I just need to be more patient than I have been. Like, not doing things like that. Sandstorm soon, I think? No? Okay, there we go. But this game needs real... I don't understand that argument. Well, it's not actually an argument, it's just bullshit, but... You know. Want to use Body Slam as super effective? Yeah. Okay, that was a long fight. Leading that many rooms and the extended run, like the double extended, definitely adds up on a build that's not quite there for the damage yet. Still, that's a top 50% finish. I'm using that as motivation, Grumpy. I'm absolutely done with letting people who subscribe to that brand of toxicity or knowingly promote it. I'm done with letting those people define, you know, this fandom. It's done. We finally got a Smithies, and Pinky, you were absolutely right. Non-chaos tier, just strictly a downgrade. Pain. How you doing, Uncle Noble? Sorry, you're not. Double radius Lorge Hammer. I already got that. It's just worse. Since I'm spending a lot of crystals, may as well quit my loot luck. Right, Kevin? Okay, let me have my hand back. Wish I had some sort of pull amount for the bunnies. Go up them, like, use all, or pull X times. Use all would be tough, because probably hardware limitations. I don't imagine an old console, for example, would be able to handle, like, even this amount being spit out at once. But yeah, some way to up the amount. Would definitely be nice. Man, that laser hand ruined all others for me. Let's put the rest in armor, I guess? Hey, Shiner. Hope you had a weekend. Good to see you back again. I heard you in chat mention something happened on WannaCast stream. May happen. Subject to being death. You want to talk about it? Understand? I mean, it'll come up from time to time, so I'll mention it. Basically, what happened was the chat was extremely toxic. It was just every brand of shittiness you can think of. It was one chatter threw death threats at me for. At that point, I'd done nothing but raid the channel and just say positive things, so that sucked. Well, I don't know if you consider telling me to off myself a death threat, whatever that classifies as. But additionally, there were also lots of players and several content creators just being extraordinarily negative, spewing insults at the devs, the publisher, the community, other chatters. And it was just the worst possible showing that I've ever seen in the Borderlands Wonderlands community. So, several people, myself included, are just kind of done with allowing that kind of shit to persist. So I've started calling people out for the behavior they are either enabling or participating in. And it has made some people very unhappy with me. But I live my life knowing that I am pissing off the correct people and supported by the correct people, so TLDR, fuck them. We promote positivity around here, and basic respect for our fellow human beings. Simple as that. And I appreciate you guys for, feeling the same. I appreciate the kind words. Chaos Alpha, Horseman, Kirk, Ember. Kind of turn chat off. It's definitely better to do that. Normally those dev talks sort of chats on Twitch are plenty bad, but this was like a smaller one that was worse than the larger ones. So like the proportion was all out of fucking whack, and there were some familiar names that disappointed all of us. I did talk about it more at length. It'll be in the front end of the VOD from Friday, if you care to see that entire thing. But yeah. That's spell damage, melee crit chance with blast chill. That could be useful for a thing. If I could get that to pop up in the pile again. Come on. Come on. Where are you? There you are. Only chaotic. The passives are really good on this. Everything about this is really good except for the chaos tier. So disappointing. I'm still grabbing it. I'm still taking it. I can find a use for that. It's fucked up even though play video games. Once for adults should act like it takes a strong dungeon person call it someone's bullshit toxicity should be left at the door. Well done. So I enjoy your streams. Thank you. Thank you for being here, Shiner. Thank you for being part of this community. And part of my two-pronged plan to eliminate this growing culture of toxicity from our little corner of the internet is not only am I calling out people who are perpetrating it, but I'm also doing more to elevate people who are not like that. You know, I feel like we've let this divide of people who enjoy this particular game, people who enjoy this particular game more, get in the way of recognizing that, you know, just the line between decent human being whose company you can enjoy and you can stand behind as just someone of value. We've let that kind of take a backseat longer. So I'm doing more to amplify the good ones, as it were. So if you happen to follow me on Twitter, you'll see me retweeting, quote tweeting a bunch of friends more often. I apologize for the spam, but I'm not actually sorry. And there is a promo channel called The Homies in the Discord where everyone is encouraged to amplify not only your own projects and content creation and such, if you're working on any, but also that of creators you want to get more visibility who you can vouch for as people. A lot of my early growth came through being amplified by creators with a larger platform than me, so I want to help provide the same. Spell shoot out a fucking hammer? It sure does, Asa. It's even a melee damage hammer. This is a hammer build. Sad that people get this way over video games. Sad that people get this way over anything. But yes, it is especially distressing when someone values feeling catered to by a game developer who has to balance the interests of their company, their projects, their investors, and what is feasible. You have to balance all that. You know, if these particular kind of people don't feel like they're being sucked off enough, they will discard their humanity to score some points. Like, it's fucking wild. You know, some of these same people did things like, back in 2020, I don't know if you guys remember, what happened in the summer of 2020 over here in the US. It was just, I don't know, the biggest civil rights uprising in, you know, the last 60 years. But when that happened, Gearbox, because they're good people over there, came out in support and was like, hey, we're delaying the updates for Borderlands 3 this week because we really think this is more important to talk about. And I respect the shit out of them for doing that. But of course, you know, there's a very vocal group of people who were like, oh, that's not a good reason, give me my fucking update. Like, really, literally putting human rights behind free video game update being pushed a week. And then the same type of people complained when in April of 2021 Gearbox had to delay DLC 6 for Borderlands 3 because Texas was having the worst weather event of the century, an event that forced hundreds of people out of their homes, many of which included, you know, Gearbox employees, an event that killed people. People died. Yet there were still complaints. So, there's absolutely a subculture that's gone unchecked for too long of putting meaningless shit over people. And it's disgusting. So those same types reared their head this past week. And if I gotta be the villain for their particular sphere of the internet, I'll fucking do it. Gladly. Texas being Texas didn't do itself any favors in the infrastructure. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and you remember what they said on the tail end of that, Dex? They said, well, at least it'll be fine in the heat. How's that doing lately? How's that doing? Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Oh, I fucking hate that so much, dude. This country, yep. Late scale 1 to 10, how bad was your ISP today? It cut out once, Chris. We had a couple pixel moments and then it did cut out once. Why, did you get a bunch of notifications or something? Saw stream uptime? Ah, yeah. Hey Amber, how you doing? Hope you're well. Damn it. Oh, I did enough damage. Cool. It is really satisfying how well this build handles drill, despite the fact that it's lightning focused. It makes me smile. Let's leave this one. It's only 10. It's only 10 crystals. It really bums me out that Skeet Prod can't get melee crossbolts, because I would actually use that in quite a few setups. It's got a high fire rate, really short reload, very precise projectiles, and then it has its own, you know, enhanced mobbing effect. It would be really nice for this kind of setup. Not doing great, dealing with it, no longer taking antidepressant. I've been taking for years and I'm having withdrawals. Psychiatrist told me it's going to happen. It's still really hard to deal with. Yeah, changing that kind of medication, I've been there a couple times. It's very unpleasant. You got people who know that you changed meds, right? Just a good thing to have, like people in your personal life. Yes, family and friends? Okay, good. Okay, so we have to deal with the tramplers, but he'll phase immediately once that's over. So that's something. Balance is never easy, easier every day. Look at the big changes. Well said, Flib. Well said. Completely agree. It's like a couple frames too slow. Oh yeah, Dragon Lord's been featured, so he's got that increased drop rate. I was wondering why I've been consistently getting so much from him. That's why. What do you guys feel about, like, you know how the featured boss will get an increased drop rate? What if they just applied that to all the bosses all the time? I don't think that would be unfair. Maybe add an additional bump within the featured on top of that, but I think bringing all the bosses to, like, the rates of a featured boss now would just be good. Especially the DLC bosses, because they can't be featured, so they never get that buff, so they'd never fucking drop anything. Hey Ramen, how you doing? I know I talk about it a lot, but need some blood back. But harken back to the ye old times of Handsome Jackpot DLC in Borderlands 3. That DLC proved that a model of guaranteed dedicated drops is not only viable, but still keeps farming intact. Let's think about the ion cannon. Very, very popular item farm in its day. Guaranteed drop every kill from the fabricator, but part variants, including element, anointment, projectile count, mag size, splash radius, base damage value, all that stuff kept it farmable, even though you were getting one every kill. Something like that could work in this game. Silly question. At what chaos level roughly do you think non-chaotic gun spells, melee weapons are mostly not viable? I'd say once you get into the 40s, it's starting to get real questionable. It's an item-to-item basis. Something as strong as, say, a sword explosion could potentially still be pulling its weight as long as you've got the appropriate element and enchant and supporting kit. But I'd say once you're getting into like the 30s, 40s is where it starts to get questionable. Much better. Glad to hear, Ramen. Ion Cannon Farm really highlighted how part variance is out of control, especially before we could reroll enchants. Yeah. I just think it should be like that, at least for armor and amulets, definitely. Armor and amulets are a real area where you often want something specific, but good luck. Armor especially. I know there's a school of thought and a fear that, well, players just getting the loot means they'll play less. No, it doesn't actually work out that way in practice. And even if it did, a change of that magnitude would not be enough to get that. It's not like you're giving them a perfect roll. And it's not like you can even really quantify a perfect roll for a lot of things. Because, like, how do you, without context, determine one element's better than another? Even if an item had, like, completely fixed parts other than the element and always dropped, you'd still have a farm time because elements. ASA Elemental. That would be active for my hammer throw. You know, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this out. Some farm from the Shan for 2.5 years, some farm for 10 years. Yep. Even something with what would seem like reasonable drop rates on the surface. Take, for example, the Black Hole Shield in Borderlands 3. I once spent, this was in March of this year, I once spent 5 hours farming for one. 5 hours. 30% drop rate. 5 hours. Like, RNG is still gonna RNG you. My experience right now, I'm getting to low 30s, sold all my melee weapons, guns, spells that are non-chaotic in my bank last night to clear space, kept all armors, amulets, rings. That's probably the way to do it. Wards, you can get away with keeping low chaos tiers for some of them as well. Example, if you're using like a Last Gasp, or a Cursed Wit, or a Bad Egg, those are ones you want to break, so lower chaos tiers can be more beneficial. Had that with Blastmaster Column, spent 8 hours just to get a shitty one. Yep. Ooh, crit connoisseur in the first room. Spicy. Does a mirror to that enchant make a huge difference? Yeah, this is with Crit Connoisseur as well, but like, holy. Ah, that bug. Time to blow myself up. Fucking indomitable. Damn it. Can't even die when I want to. Pain. Basically, what happened there is I used my hammer throw too quickly after switching weapons. If you use it during weapon swap animation, the hammer doesn't come out, but the game thinks it's out. So you can't end it early, and you have to wait out the whole duration before the cooldown starts. It's a bit annoying. It's why one of the reasons I've started using Scalawag instead of Tooth Raider and swapping to Rapscallion, because the less swapping means less chances for me to screw myself over. Aw, same frame. Sad. Played Minecraft recently to relax, can recommend. I never got into Minecraft. I've played like a total of an hour of Minecraft in my life. I was on the clock at the time, too, which is cool. Elite Pigwort, the bossiest boss of the game now. I unironically believe that post-boss's damage being cut, Pigwort is in, like, top 10 most threatening enemies in the game. Including the aspect bosses, Pigwort is in the top 10. He's probably around, like, number 8. Let's give him his own raid arena. Imagine fighting multiple Pigworts at once. Still better than Imelda. Well, Pigwort's not unfun to fight, so yeah. I'll give him that. I get overwhelmed with the project I want to do in Minecraft, not feel like playing because of those projects. That sounds like the way my ADD manifests. I have difficulty stopping and starting tasks, but I also fixate on tasks, and those sometimes interact weirdly. Hey, Swin. Thank you for the 18 months.
Second Twitch baby. Swinlanam qua quag kek quag chad quag kek qua swinlanam.
Honestly, Swinlanam is still one of my favorite things text-to-speech has ever said. It's just so satisfying. I have no idea why. Second Twitch baby. Thank you so much, Swin. Hope you're doing great. Continued support means the world to me. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. And the positivity you bring to the community. Chat. Chat, if you're not already. Swin is another one of those fantastic human beings who makes content that you should consume. You should eat it all up. You should devour it. You should nom it. You should Swinlanam it. League fighting game's gonna be free to play. Game looks sick. Ooh. Hopefully free to play gives it enough staying power in the genre. I know it's pretty packed with new stuff coming for fighting games, right? So this Tyrant's Truth is like kind of trying, but it's too confused. A couple more weeks, so I'm down your way. Any protein? Chat, do you guys think Roddy is actually just Imelda? You think Imelda snuck out of the game and is just a Twitch chatter? Because I'm starting to worry. A lot of health is still a sandwich. Before I consume the content, I must know its macros. Oh, that was a good throw. That was a good throw. Holy dot. That was a good throw. I refuse to answer that. Understandable. Don't self-incriminate. Since we haven't seen her today, you might be onto something. Maybe. I don't know why I'm even checking that. Storm Surge. I think we... I have a sneeze. It's not coming. You think the game could sustain multiple obelisk bosses spawning from one obelisk? I think so. I think it could handle that, yeah. I'd like to see a room, it'd have to be like a custom room or something, but with multiple obelisks, like you have a big room, right, that's just filled with a bunch of obelisks. So you could tackle them in an order you choose. You could do multiple at once. You could like try one, and if it's too hard, run, you know, hang on the other side of the room. Just a big open space with multiple obelisks at once would be very enjoyable to me. Gonna head out. Keep being a quiet chat stand up the community. Always will, son. Always will. You keep being a wonderful part of that community, and I will see you later. Stream's so sweet, you can no longer call it a snack, it's now a cake. What about a pie? I'm more of a pie person than a cake person. I mean, cake's good too, but like, if I had to pick, pie. Clown car obelisk, yes. What kind of pie? Sweet potato pie is always like top tier. Good old classic apple pie is great. I like a good key lime pie. Cherry pie, blueberry pie. Season Pass 2 recommendation to Obelisk Rush, or like Obelisk Takedown. Obelisk Takedown's a ticket. Obelisk Takedown would be cool. I like cream. I feel like you're baiting me into saying something here, Ramen. A strawberry pie? I don't think I've ever had a strawberry pie, but I can imagine how that tastes. Sure. Strawberry rhubarb? Yeah, I've still never had that. It's been, like, recommended to me. This pie conversation's happened a few times. But I've gotten a bunch of recommendations for strawberry rhubarb. Hey, boom. Thank you so much for the 22 months with the 22 streak. That's almost 2 years. That's a large amount of time. Thank you so much. Hopefully text-to-speech will read that at some point this, like, hour. It's been slacking. This is just funny to me. Reviver of the Reaper. It's a healing thing. It's funny that the Reviver also does good damage. Thank you. There it goes. Haha.
There you go, Quack.
Throw them hammers, Quag bonk. Catch these hands, Quag bonked. Happy anniversary. What should I get you, Quag? Shy Imelda pie, Quag fine.
I don't want to melt this pie, Boom. I don't. She and I just aren't in that kind of working relationship. It's more of like a strong mutual hatred with no affection at all. More that. Thank you so much, Boom. Wait, have I been... How long have I been... I think at least 2 runs I've just been wearing this. I think that's a sign of the build being in a good place. Does make me wonder about Lich's Augur, because I could use that to get better cooldown on my spell. But, like, the spell crit chance would be wasted. And the spell damage itself would also be wasted. I have this fucking Cursed Wit. But Spellblade, Cursed Wit, it's not wise. Let's hit wards on the next one. Put the body rune back on, and we'll hit wards. It's come up enough times, you know, we'll do it. We'll go for the hammer and anvil. If I get a good hammer and anvil, we'll start using it on this build. Showing that we don't really need body rune. So fuck it, why not? Let's go nuts on time trials for that? Yeah. Spore Universal Soldier. Kind of redundant. Boy LeChance again. Yeah, build really feels like it's coming together. That Ellie damage chant was pretty nice. Transistor could actually be good on this, because we could force ourselves to take the correct damage type. I'll keep an eye out for better ones than that. Okay, wait till BO4 comes out in a few years and first stream at Telquag, you know what this game could use? He just knows exactly what I'm referring to. I would know instantly, and I dread that day. I dread it. Pitching ideas for content diversify endgame. I don't think the game needs it. It seems to be perception, but I'm suddenly obsessed with Obelisk Takedown. More content structured around Obelisk is a very popular request that I see. Whether it's just an Obelisk rush chamber format or some sort of other activity involving them. I mentioned my idea. I'd like just a very open, big area with lots of obelisks. Like, they could even take a base game map and just populate it with obelisks through the whole thing. Something like that'd be fun. I don't know. Obelisk run on a map like Arms Race? Yeah. Something like that. Ooh, we got the skip. Yeah, that enchant made all the difference. ASA Ellie. What if we want ASA Lightning instead? That's a bigger number. But ASA Ellie would apply to the other stuff we're doing as well. Cool. Got the true raid boss for this round's Obelisk room. Elite Pigwort himself. The real enemy. Next community feature, I have no doubt Pigwort will be picked. I want a community feature where every run is an obelisk. Every room is an obelisk, and every single obelisk boss is Pigwort. Just give me 29 consecutive rooms of Elite Pigwort. Just for the meme. And also just make it the same room. People would be so mad, but I think it'd be so funny. Just like, oh, I wonder what the next room is. It's this one. I wonder who the boss is. It's this one. Something in my childish fucking brain enjoys that. Make the final boss all obelisks at once? Yes, yes. Make it a random length each time you play it. Hey, Good Wolf. Thank you for the 200 bits. Hope you're all doing well. Doing great. How's your day today? Tweeting this clip at Randy with the caption, "You won't." Feel free. Wait, hang on. We applied a dot big enough to do that to Celissa with lightning damage. That was with lightning damage. She resists that. God, I love dots. Dots in this game are just so good. Dot builds. They're just really good. Clipping for posterity, understandable. Pigwart's the main character? Real. We're just that boss that Pigwart wants to get nerfed. Ewok. Mimics only until Pigwart. Hey, I love the mimic only runs, Foster. Make that money. We're going Ward on this run. So Maced Wardu, Hammer and Anvil are ones that would go well here. Counter Feint would be okay. That's why you keep a rain on you. Fell asleep, woke up to a chaos run. How you doing, Rohit? You at least get some good quality of sleep? Saw a notification one of your streams titled something about making like 1 billion gold. Yeah, so we set a goal. I didn't end up reaching it because I got distracted by making new builds. So we only ended up getting about 630 mil of that. But basically they had, the featured was not pure mimics, like that one meme week that they had from the community voted one, but they had several rooms, including the first one, were full of mimics. So what I was doing was using a pickaxe and farming the first room, picking up all the money after clearing it, and then resetting the run. It would be about a minute for between 1 to 2 mil if I was playing at maximum efficiency. So about 2 mil a minute is that farm. Automod grabbed that message, Rohith, for a reason that I think I'm gonna deny that, but like Automod grabbed that. It's funny, but I'm gonna just for posterity. You didn't say anything bad, but it's one of those unfortunate typos. It's probably a word you should finish, yeah. I get it, yeah. Ascended Body Rune. No augment, but it is an Ascended Body Rune, so I guess I'll pick it up. Hey, Primordial Wardu. With Reflect, that's actually pretty solid. I think we'll grab that. What can I get rid of here? I don't think I need these Banshees, because I have copies on other build. Language is a funny thing? It is. How do you feel about custom chambers? Can't like make new maps, you can choose enemy types, what Dragon Lord gives in rooms, etc, etc. Custom chambers would be so cool. I don't see it being a realistic thing they could implement, but like in a world where it was, that'd be so enjoyable. You could construct like a max difficulty run. You could construct like the perfect melee friendly one. Um, you could do lots of stuff. Oh, connection, you good? You good? There we go. Yeah, you could do lots of stuff, and I would love to have the tools to just do player generated runs like that. It'd be really, really nice. And I got a decent primordial inflammation type 7. Ooh. I wonder if anyone's running around with 9 charge inflammations, like good ones. There's a new move to a volatile echoing phoenix as an upgrade over your primordial one. Yay, part variants. Yeah, black powder weapons, part variants. Black powder and stoker tend to be like that quite frequently. Don't love that. So I think I'm in a position where I don't actually have any enchant upgrades for my current kit. So I need to go back to rolling other things. Try to get a good enchant on this Wardu, see how this goes. Action skill start spell damage would actually be good. And does action skill start spell win over anything we're using? Because that's going to boost up the paradigm because we're still using that, and the Spellblade. Let's try that. We're going to try the Wardu for a run. Let's use it this way. Hey, Hellrider. How you doing? Good to see you. Just thought of a really good idea for DLC final boss. Have a lead up to a super strong boss. Give them only one phase. Leads to a big loot room. You open one chest and a giant mimic comes out. That'd be so sick. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Wondering where the bulk of your spell damage comes from? My rings. I have 26% here, and then I have, you know, with it active, I don't know, like 25% here. But then I also have 6 out of 3 in follow-up. Or not follow-up, Nimble Fingers, which is another 48%. And then I have 20 from Myth Rank. So I have 68%. Oh, and I have 1 Arsenal, lol. So 71%, and then this, so I have like 130-ish% spell damage. Potential 30 more from Theurge. So nowhere near what, say, a Spell Shot or a Graveborn could be running around with. But enough for it to be impactful for this. So the cool thing about Wardu here is that if an enemy melees us, there's a high chance they're just gonna die immediately. Because Maced Wardu takes your melee weapon's damage and element and applies that to an enemy that melees you as long as you have some amount of ward. It doesn't trigger hilt mods or anything, but since it is melee damage, it gets the benefit of Spellblade. You know, a Paradigm applies to it, it triggers Nimble Fingers, it triggers Alchemical Agent if it crits. What does the Theodore drop ward do? Theodore drops a ward? I don't remember Theodore having a ward. Need a Spellblade Abuse setup. This might be when I try and build. I wanted to make Spellblade Abuse kind of fun. So, yeah. Space Warrior trigger Assault and Battery? No. Well, I just said it doesn't trigger hilt mods. hilt mods. It will benefit from the 4 outliers, the passive hilt mod effects, those being Spellblade, Goblin's Bane, Greed Warden, and Diamond Guard Swords, Elemental Conversion, but other than that, no. Don't want to be Treach Mirror? No. Theodore has an armor, 2 spells, 2 guns, 2 melee weapons. Two melee weapons and 2 melee weapons, yeah. Overflow and Nullify. Let's take Nullify, see how that affects us. You anyone else found a good use case for Smithy's Ire? Right here, Roman. It basically gets all the boosts that we're pumping into our Throne Hammer, so yeah, this build. See, he just struggled to hit me. I was right in front of him. Waiting for Shattering Spectroglass to play Wonderlands again. Understandable. Boss can't seem to beat. Hey Douglas, how you doing? What's giving you trouble with him? Is it just War of Attrition against the bird? Is he getting you with damage? You're just getting overwhelmed by like the ads? What's giving you some problems? Maybe I can help. Alchemical Agent is how UTT should have been done. Alchemical Agent is just one of my favorite skills ever at this point. My love of this skill just grows constantly. It's so enjoyable. Professor Quag has a solution for all your Wastard needs. He tries to. Gotta go see y'all later. Have a good one, Boom. Thanks again for the resub. Appreciate it. So not having the heal from Body Rune at all is kind of scary. But this is fun. Bird and damage, definitely just need to farm better gear. Yeah, having a dedicated option to deal with the bird is the part that trips the most people up, I think. As Flip said, you can just throw a Furior into it or use a Stoker Underbarrel. But even just something like getting, do I have a good example? I don't have a good example weapon at the moment. Getting something like anything with a blast radius. I've been told even a blue cake works very well, with the bird because Waster doesn't move much, so you can get that distance for the splits, and you can actually use a blue cake on it, which is fun. Because it'll also do good ward damage to Wastard himself because of that elemental matchup. I know it said jailed you today. That's still the funniest shit, J-Bridge. I don't know why that was so great, but just the big jail text. Ugh. You get my brain working, get real some builds. You'll get it, Douglas. I believe in you. Remember what I always say, having the right attitude about overcoming the problem is the only thing you need to do so. And you have a great attitude about it. So you're approaching it the correct way. You're gonna get it. It's only a matter of time. When, rather than if. So our damage feels pretty good, even without Body Rune. The survivability is a little dicier, especially because I also don't have the Desperate Enchant on this, but, like, Action Skill Start Spell seems to have just been a damage upgrade over that, so that's nice. I wonder if running it this way, and then switching to Harbinger is the play. I do have a Harbinger. I lose some status damage doing this. But I get a little tankier. Let's see how this plays out. You watch me some VODs when I get free time. Yeah, I got the YouTube channel, Ramen, that's got every stream. So there's at least a couple people who can't make much of the stream, or whose schedule doesn't quite line up with mine anymore. And I maintain it with Felicia doing most of the work. Just for those people. That's been super nice. Hey, I'm glad you've been able to make use of it, Swin. Trying to go through the VODs and give a thumbs up. Appreciate being able to catch streams I missed. Hey, I'm happy it's useful for you, Douglas. Something I wish I'd done sooner, because there's a bunch of cool streams that I wish I'd saved. There's a couple that I did save anyway, but yeah, from now on every stream will be over on that channel. Well, not from now, from launch of Wonderlands onwards, every stream. So every single stream for the last 4 months. 4 months plus a week. I did save that one, J-Bridge. That's one of the very few ones that I did save separately. Smithy's Ire. Okay, so this is less radius than the one I'm using right now, but it's got a cooldown part. So I'm trading my 2 radius parts for a cooldown part, and I still have the useless crit damage. But that's better cooldown. 10.7 versus 11.9 is not a big gap, but potentially useful, so I'm still going to pick it up. Eventually we'll get a really good Smithy's Copium. So wish you'd make a Learn from Pro game theory series. A lot of us out here aren't as smart, need some teaching. Doing offline content like that, like video series style content, is something that I've toyed around with the idea of for a while. It's just the style of content, also the investment that would require from me energy wise, it's just not very well suited to me. Though I've been thinking about doing a live series for streams, potentially even as soon as next week. Let's hear what you guys think about this. But like, so the whole concept would be like, what if, or ooh, you know, it'd be good branding, I wonder. Like Wonderlands. Anyway, I'm sidetracked. Just like taking a thing, like a, hey, what if I just pumped this stat as high as it possibly could go? What would happen builds-wise with that? Something like that. And then just explore that rabbit hole for a stream, and then do a different one another stream. Just a passing thought I had yesterday. That's not the right item. I'm not trying to roll that, I'm trying to roll this. How long did it take for you to get to APOC 40? Seems like a chore after 25. I'm still not at 40, Rohith. I'm at 35 on my dev. It is extremely grindy after 30. After 30, it's like pain. Mess around with that. What if max melee attack speed answer gearbox? I was thinking stuff like fire rate, health, wards, action skill duration. Silly things like that. Alright, still one more. Last one. I wish they'd lower the numbers, at least boost the multiplier a bit. Well, they did lower it by 10% this week. It wasn't really enough, but it was something. Hammers only, no guns or melee swings. But what if I use a hammer for my melee weapon? Can I swing that? I'll allow it. If there was a ward that swung hammers, though, yeah. Shut up. You're toxic. Pincushion build. Gonna be honest, that made me just feel a little yucky. Pincushion? Cover the reload speed with the ski prod thing? Yeah. And does Banshee's aura count as her meleeing us? No, I guess not. But still. Get fucked. If only Pincushion Barbara would still think about it to this day. Yeah, Pincushion just kinda doesn't have damage. It's sad. Maybe if it gets reworked. This build's so satisfying. Something about it. I don't know. It's just, it's satisfying. I really enjoy this build a lot. Oh, Roddy. Fuck. Crying in the club. I tempted fate. I should have done the one more. I just should not have done the one more. I should know better by now. I'm better than this. Well, apparently I'm not. Melda, are you gonna, like, go somewhere I can interact with you, please? Hammer just goes through. Okay, we managed to hit her a couple times. That was fun. Ow. Ow. It's viewer badass. I knew she would hear me. At least it's one of the forms that's, like, not complete. Actually, can my hammer throw even hit you? Nope. Huh. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Oh, doesn't hit there either. Let's try there. Nope. Alright, you just can't hit this form with Storm Dragon's Judgment. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Cool. Should new DLC be soon, like this week? They've not announced a date for us, Pancakes. We know that we're getting information on the next DLC, on August 11th, in the next episode of the Wondercast. But, they have never announced a time frame on the next DLC. I'd also like to note that a popular criticism of the first 2 to 3 DLCs, depending on how much you like the third one, the third one was generally more well received, but still, criticism happened, was that they felt rushed. So, I think that them taking more time for the fourth is a good sign, more than anything. But that's just how I'm choosing to look at it. Ugh. Can wait for 8 hours of Mellow on the 24-hour suffering stream. Pain. Eleven's when we learn more. Yes. That was a very satisfying throw, holy. Meld it one more time, you stop it. God damn it. Why? It's not a Melda, but like... maybe worse. If it's Form 1, this is fine. This is fine. Ragnarok projectiles don't trigger alchemical. They do, actually. They do. But remember, alchemical's damage is based off of the damage that, like, caused it, and Ragnarok doesn't do damage. It's just kind of sad. Oh, of course that would move in the way. And this run is really one of those the game had enough of my shit type runs. Finish the Outriders main story, I'm not level 30, YouTube lied. Oh no. YouTube not having complete and accurate information. This has never happened before. I don't know what to do. It shouldn't take you too long to get to 30, Grost. How'd you end up liking the playthrough? Ow. Enemies? Not like this. Please. Please. Please just stop hitting me. Please. I'm suffering. I've had to do this fight so many times today. I've gotten better at it, but it's so stressful. Love it, really fun combat skills? Yeah, I think so too. No, it's not viable. Might shut people up for some invest more time in the game. Has restricted builds to Twitch and force better discovery game. Oh, yeah, not really viable. What a way to end stream, right? Just boss run with Fyodor and Imelda. You know who I haven't gotten a single time in boss run in like the last month? Chums. I have not gotten Chums. chums. Gotten phase 1 chums recently. I only have phase 1 open on this character. I just didn't see the need to clutter my pool with more versions of chums, but like, honestly, maybe more versions of chums would be good because that's lower chances of Theodore and Imelda. It also is lower chances of the bosses that actually give crystals, but like, it is lower chances of Theodore and Imelda. Why are all of my decisions in this game revolving around reducing the amount of times I'll have to deal with Imelda? What even hit me? Hey Funblocks, how you doing? Welcome back. Hope you enjoy all the emotes and stuff. What didn't hit me? You must be new to Theodore. Oh yeah, that was a stupid question, wasn't it? Ah. Well, we made it through projectile heck. Because the Melod just isn't fun. True, Swin. True. But it's important to keep in mind that sometimes they try a thing and it just doesn't work. I still do have some amount of hope that they either learned something from Imelda or can go back and correct her and still learn something from Imelda. I'm hoping it was a learning experience. Will Mora want to test the fates again? I don't think I wanna do that. I don't think I want to do that. Let's hope for a better Smithies here. I know he keeps fan to have theater stuff repaired each time they need a vacation and a raise. True. They've been working very hard, and we have just been destroying their stuff. Okay, so what am I gonna do for tomorrow? Do we do spell stuff? Try to get creative with spells, seeing as I got that laser hand earlier? Of the lines when you play as Mirror consecutively. I've not paid much attention to the dialogue in there, beyond my first playthrough. Ascended Ice Spike. Simple cast with an extra projectile. Hang on, 3,000 times 2. Like, that could have been better, but hello? That's kinda cracked anyway. Hang on. What can I toss on the ground and never touch again? That can go. Like, that looks pretty good, right? 8.1 second cooldown, 3,000 times 2, 35% crit chance. Yeah, I'll take that. We got two really good just damage dealing spells today. I'll take that. Didn't quite get what we were looking for this build, but that's the beauty of farming through bunnies like this. Long stretches of gameplay let you experiment with a few things, and then you can gear multiple setups out at once. Been feeling Borderlands is more better than Wonderlands. Okay. Here's a question for you, Trey. Does it have to be a competition? Can you just like multiple things at the same time? Follow-up question to that. Can you engage with a community of people enjoying a thing without telling them that the thing you like is better? Polygamy. That's what you did there. Sinful. Hey Andrew, how you doing? Mess around with the crossblade at all? It's been some time, Shay, but crossblade was one of my favorite guns to use back at C20. And I really like it. It's nice because it goes through anything. An idea I had to deal with Fyodor was for the soul cells is just, what if you used a crossblade and just shot through the cover? I think that'd be funny to try out. Trying to get a decent spellcasting related enchant on this ice spike. Of course we got the cleansing flames one. Awkward. Game? You trolling me? You're trolling me. You're like actually trolling me. This is a crime. Okay. Oh, the Ice Spike Batman? Yeah, we just got that. If only it had another projectile part, but still good. Still good. I built a C50, so use Crossblade as primary weapon, spell-centered build. Makes sense, makes sense. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much for hanging out, everyone, and thanks for sticking it out through my connection taking a shit earlier. That was unfortunate, but hopefully that doesn't happen too often. Remember, positivity. Spread enjoyment of what you like, and don't go around harshing other people's mellow. Elevate the positive people around you, reject the negative people. Literally join at the end. Yeah, I'm sorry, Andrew. I'm a little past my end time anyway. I normally end at 2. It's 2:16. But yeah, y'all are great. Thank you for all the love and support. Let me find somewhere for you to go. Spread that positivity that I mentioned. Okay, 6 is still on. Probably not for too much longer. Oh, Jelly is on. Let's raid Jelly Goat. So, we're gonna go say hi to Jelly. He's doing some Borderlands 2. He's playing as Maya. And Jelly is just seriously a very nice human being. Like, you'll see what I mean. Just a very enjoyable person to interact with. And one of his emotes, the RG Bean, is like one of my favorites. I don't know why I like it so much, but it's just... You'll see. But Jelly's a great guy. Make sure you drop him a follow. Give him lots of love. Hang out. Check out his content. See if it's something you might like. And we'll spam some Quag chats in there. So I'll catch you guys over there. Thank you so much. I know I'm broken record with this shit, but expressing my appreciation for you guys is very important to me. So I'll see you tomorrow. We'll probably do some spellcasting stuff tomorrow, probably. It might be more melee. You know I'm addicted to that, but we'll see what happens. Either way, it will be Wonderlands. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.